Good morning. It's Thursday. Facebook Live, Stampin' Dee Dee, Stampin' Thursday, and it is 10 o'clock. So it's time for us to start. Thank you for being here with me this morning. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I would love to know that you're watching the replay. All you need to do is comment. Say, I'm here for the replay. I have to do that sometimes because I can't always be at a certain place at a certain time. So anyway, thank you for being here. Kay, I see that you're watching, and I appreciate that. So I don't know who else is on right now. I haven't had anybody else pop up, but a couple of things. I do want to say one thing. It's really odd, but I do a Facebook Live once a week on Thursday morning, and almost every week something out of the ordinary goes on around my house. This morning, the lawn service came and put down the fertilizer and did all the stuff that they do, and they have this machine that runs around and kind of mashes in the fertilizer. Thursday morning. One time, and I mentioned it that day, the people behind us were cutting down a tree. My husband, for some reason, is prone to mow the yard on Thursday mornings, and I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do that. So, anyway, it was just, it struck me funny that the lawn service came this morning. So anyway, I am so glad that you're here. And I do want to tell you about World Card Making Day. Now, I don't know if you have plans for World Card Making Day, but it's October 2nd. It's always the first Saturday in October every year. And I wanted to have an event this year for World Card Making Day. And I tried to decide what to do, but I decided to have a live event, an in-person event. And if you're not where you can do it in person, I hope you'll find something that you can do either yourself or online or with someone else on World Card Making Day. But we're going to do it from 1 to 4 here at my house, and it's going to be a big deal. I'm putting together a swag bag that's going to be worth about $15, including I'm pulling out a bunch of my retired stamp sets, and as part of your swag bag, you're going to get to pick one of those retired stamp sets. So there's that. We're going to do 2 make and takes and fellowship and have some treats together, some sweets and treats. And then after we get the make and takes done, then we're going to sit down and make cards. And if you have a project you want to bring, then bring it with you. But I have several kits, pumpkin, what's it called, paper pumpkin kits, that need to be put together. So I'm going to put those out, and we can work on those. And the cards that we make will go to an assisted living retirement center. So it's something we can do for somebody else on World Card Making Day, and I'm really excited about that. It'll be fun to just sit and do that together. So I hope you'll come. It's $30 and that would include the swag bag, the make and takes, and attending the swag bag and the make and takes. But if you want to just come and not get the swag bag, but do the make and takes, then it's $15 for that. So you decide. I promise you the swag bag is going to be worth it. But $30 for all of it. And we'll do it from 1 to 4. So I hope you can do that. I hope if you're local that you will set aside that time. And if you're not, then plan to do something on World Card Making Day. What a fun day. All right. Oh, and I need you to RSVP by this Sunday so that I can order the goodies that go in the swag bag. So RSVP by Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, today we're going to do a fun fold card. I did it with a group of demonstrators and loved it. So then I decided to do it for a workshop, and I did it for my last workshop. So if you were at the last workshop, you did this card. But I'm going to give you the measurements today. And it's one I just love to do. So I decided I'm going to do it for my Facebook Live. So here we go. I'm going to move the phone over to the tripod over here. So just hold on. I'm doing it. I know it's making some noise, and I'm going to have to, whoops, turn it around and make sure that it's centered. Hold on. Get it tied down. That's pretty good. All right. So this is the double flap side fold card. Now I'm going to make sure I haven't gone over here and looked at Facebook. So let me make sure that my picture is what it should be, and I'm assuming that you can hear me. All right. Yes, I see it. All right. So we're ready to start. So yes, this is the card that we made at the last workshop that I had. And so if you were there, of course, you got to make this card. But I wanted to do it for my Facebook Live, and these are the measurements. It's called the double flap side fold card. Now, when I saw it done, it was called something else. And when I went on Pinterest, that's not what it was. So I thought, okay, I need to come up with a name that describes this. And so I'd think of a name, and I think I called it a gatefold card. And I went on Pinterest. Well, it's not a gatefold card. So I found more examples that were just like this one, or real similar to this, that were the double flap side fold card. So that's what we're going to go with. So this is the one that we're going to make today, but I want to show you another one first. So this is the double flap side fold card, and it has what we call a belly band, and the belly band will slide off, and then this opens up like this. So you do your writing inside. You can actually put something here if you want to. When it folds back down, you have this double flap, and it is a side fold card. So I think that's a pretty good name for it. The belly band goes back on. You want your belly band to be loose enough that you can get it on and off. All right, so that's one of the samples that I made. But the one we're going to do today is this sample. So I've got the products that we need right here. And the first thing you need is 5.5 by 11 card base. And it needs to be a solid cardstock. So we're going to take this. It's already cut, but I'm going to score it. And move these things over just a little bit. It just doesn't give me enough space. So we're going to score it at, oops, I have to have it turned this way. So I'm going to score it at, I'm going to do it up here. And move this up, move this over here where you can see. So first of all, we're going to score it at 1 3/4, and we'll move it down to 5.5 and score it again, and then move it on down, which means I have to open up my thing, my ruler. We're going to move it on down to 9 3/4. 9 3/4, and score it again. All right. So we're done. I think we're almost totally done with the paper cutter. So now we have our scored card. Move this back down where you can see it. So I'm going to turn it this way and fold it. Use my bone folder and make that. There goes my paper cutter. Oh gosh. And I'm going to fold this one back this way. Use my bone folder. And the next one I'm going to fold back over it. So now we have our double fold. Side fold card. Alright, that's our base. You also need another piece from the same cardstock at 1 by 11. And that's this piece, and that's going to be our belly band. And you also will need 3 pieces of cardstock. One of them is going to be 5, I do it this way, 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. One is 5 1/4 by 1. And then a different cardstock, a different pattern paper, which I chose to use our cork paper, which is awesome paper. And you know, when I did the workshop, I didn't realize that this paper is actually supposed to be self-adhesive. So I'm going to check that out right now. I just glued it down. But then I read that it is self-adhesive. The problem is getting the backing off. And I knew that might be an issue on the Facebook Live. But I'm going to try it for just a minute. Well, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it on here. Let me try one more side. Nope. I'm not going to be able to get it off. So, I'm just going to glue it down. Alright, but it's neat that it's self-adhesive. Alright, so now we've got those pieces, and we're going to go ahead and put these pieces on. So, of course, your first piece, the 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, goes right here on the front. So we're gonna get it down. We're going to put it down, and if it's a directional piece, you need to make sure that it goes the right direction. This paper is Beauty of Friendship paper, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right, then our second piece, the next largest piece, which is the 5 1/4 by 1 1/2, it's this one, goes right here. And doggone it, I wish I could get that off. Nope, not going to take any more time with it. Only problem is, if it decides to come loose, then my piece will come off. But I don't think that's going to happen. Alright. So this cork paper goes right here. Looks like I may have cut it just a little bit too long. Okay, I think this will work. Yep, this will work just fine. Alright, there it is. And then our last piece of cardstock, or designer series paper, goes right here. So I'm going to put the adhesive on it. Oops, I just got adhesive on my thing, and that's not good because then it'll hold everything down. It'll get on other things. So let me get it up. There. That's pretty much gotten it up. Yeah, get it off my finger. Alright, and it goes right here, and this is your 5 1/4 by 1. So one of these is 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. one of these is 1. Yeah, and then this one is 3.5. So now we have our paper on. I've still got some glue there. Just don't want it to get on my card. You know what I can do? I can take my little embossing buddy, and that should do it. All right. All right, and now we're going to make our belly band. So your belly band, you're just going to slip it behind. Bring it around, and you don't want it to be tight. So leave a little bit of room. Bring it around, fold it over. Now I'm going to test it. Yeah, see, mine goes up and down. It does just fine. So you can use anything on this. I'm going to use liquid glue, but because I think it's not going to be hard to hold. So I'm just going to put some liquid glue right there. And I got it too far. Leave it to me to do that, especially on a Facebook Live. All right, and I'm going to take it off just to make sure it doesn't adhere to my card. And hold it down a minute so that it'll attach. All right. So I'm going to crease my edges with my bone folder. Now, it's time to make our decoration for our belly band. So I am going to grab a wet wipe, because I've still got glue on my hand, and that's not good. Everything I touch is going to stick if I don't get it off. So here we go. All right. Okay. All right, now I'm ready. All right, so our belly band, and now I've already cut the label. I went ahead and cut that ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And I'm going to stamp it. Mine is a happy birthday. You could make it anything you want. I'm going to stamp it over to the right so that I can put my decoration on the other end. There we go. Happy birthday. Now we need to cut the 2 pieces for the decoration, and that's the tree and the bird. So first of all, I'm going to cut the tree out of the cork paper and bring my mini stamp cut and emboss over here. I use this thing all the time. It's so easy. It's so handy. All right. Here we go. Get my tree cut. There it is, our tree. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the birds cut while I'm sitting here. And this is from the Beauty of Friendship stamp set and die set. So you've got your birds and your tree, and they both, the birds cut 2 pieces, 2 birds. So let me put them back up here, get my birds cut, and I'm doing these out of Mary Merlot, and my base is out of Mary Merlot as well. All right, done with that. I'm going to put my dies over here so that I don't lose them. Here's my 2 birds. One bird going one way, one bird going another. Now in this, the inside is cut with the stitched rectangle, and a bird is placed in here, and I did not cut the stitched rectangle cut, and I'm not going to take the time to do that right now, but you know that one of these birds, the bird facing inside, goes in the card. The other bird, we're going to get our tree, and I'm going to use dimensionals, and so for the trunk of the tree, I'm just cutting a tiny piece off of the edge. You know what? That is sticky. So the backing came off of that piece. So I'm going to take that little bitty piece of dimensional and put it right there, just to hold my trunk up a little bit. And go ahead and take the top off that. And then I'm going to use another piece right up here. Do you use the edges of your dimensionals? I know there's some who don't, who say, no, I'm not going to do that. But to me, it's so easy, and then I can get the size I want. And I need a skinnier one. There. Right there. And I'm going to put it right up here. Alright, take the backs off of them. Put them on my, I'm going to put them down a little bit. You know, I didn't put it that high up. There we go. Put it down a little bit because I put my dimensionals up so high. Alright, and then my bird is going to go right here with just a dab of glue. And he's going to go right here on the tree. Right there. Alright. Now I need, I'm going to get this out of here. I need a little bit of twine, and I need some gems. And I'm going to use my holiday rhinestones. I used a different one on that. Alright, here's my twine, and I'm just going to cut a small bow with that. But first I'm going to take my bone folder. If you find your twine is too wiggly, too curly, then all you have to do is straighten it out with your bone folder. Alright. Tie my bow. My piece kind of short, so I'm going to have to work with it just a little bit, but it'll come. There we go. All right. Pull it one more time, just to secure the knot. There we go. All right. And then I'll use a glue dot to put that on my tree. Where's my glue dot? There it is. Use a glue dot. Put it on my, oops, wrong tree. That one already had it. Put it on my tree. Trim my twine. Now I'm going to put it on my belly band with dimensionals. So I want to put it in the center. So I'll do one on each end and one in the middle. Alright. get it on my belly band. I see we're going to cover this part up, so you don't have to worry about that. All right. And now for my gems. Like I said, I'm using the holiday rhinestones this time. They're a little sparklier than the ones I used on that one. But I like them. And they've got it's that gold color, the gold woodsy look. Come on. There we go. Right there. All right. I think we are ready to put it together. Now, like I say, you would have a piece of white that you've cut with something to put on the inside, and then you put your other little bird right on top of that on the inside. But I'm not going to take the time to do that. And stick the belly band on. And there we go. We have our beautiful double flap side fold card. So here are your dimensionals. Hopefully you can see it. Hello, Kathy. I see you on there now. Yay, I'm glad you joined us. I hope you got to see the demonstration for the card. All right, is it on the screen? Let me. All right, there's that one. And I'll go ahead and put the other one on here. So there we go. Our double flap side fold card. So I hope you'll go make one while it's fresh on your mind. They're so easy to make. So easy to make. Now, on my blog, scrapanddeedespot.blogspot.com, I will have photos and dimensionals. I will have all of that on there as well. So, go check out my blog, and you will find it on this website. Or if I've sent you an email, then it's one of the links in my signature for my blog. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Oh, I will tell you that for the label, I used a label from the Hippo and Friends, which has beautiful labels in it. It's got all these labels in it. So the label was from that. Like I said, the paper is the friendship paper. Is it Beauty of the Earth? I think is what it's called. And this is the Beauty of the Friendship stamp set. And the dies from that. So, yeah, my tree die goes back in here. Oh, I got to get the cork out. And my birds go back in here. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you watch the replay, please let me know. Just comment, say hi. And I hope you'll go make this card. It's good to see you. And I will see you next Thursday on Stampin' Dee Dee's Thursday. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.